Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So today's pick a card reading is going to be a very personalized one, as it should be, because what we are looking at is where you will truly find a sense of belonging and where you will truly thrive in this lifetime. So this reading is going to be split up into 3 different parts, and you can use this reading however you would like, whether you just want to watch one part or all 3. Maybe you want to watch 2 from here and 1 from here and none from here. It is totally up to you. We are answering where, with whom, and doing what will you find your sense of belonging and truly thrive. I'm going to show you all of these options up close one by one, and there's going to be timestamps down below. So for example, if you're like, I only want to watch this part of the reading, you can scroll down for the timestamp of when these options will be shown. But without further ado, let's get a close-up look at each of your options. Starting with where you truly belong. Option number 1 is Rubellite and Albite. Number 2 is blue cat's eye. And number 3 is angel aura quartz. Next, for with whom do you belong? Option number 1 is obsidian. Number 2 is howlite. And number 3 is Dalmatian Jasper. And finally, for the doing what part, option number 1 is honey calcite. Number 2 is Fuchsite. And number 3 is Vanadinite. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. We are gonna start off with the where part of this question, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number 1s, so if you guys chose the Rubellite and Albite, this is going to be your reading. So I have been enjoying topping off this candle with gold glitter because it just looks really pretty. But after I filmed the intro, the intro's short, so the wax hadn't really melted yet, and there was just like a layer of fresh glitter on top of the mostly hard wax. So then I made the mistake of blowing out the candle, and my face was pretty close to it. And so the glitter went everywhere, as maybe you can see on the tablecloth, and it also kind of exploded in my face. And this may sound weird, but I felt in that moment that there was a message in there for my group number 1s, because it felt like confetti, like an explosion of confetti, and it felt like you were being aggressively celebrated. That's how it came through. So my group number 1s watching this right now, I have a feeling that you are going to be celebrated for a significant achievement very soon. And there was also a feeling of hitting some sort of jackpot without trying. Maybe you were just doing something for fun. Maybe you were just messing around. Maybe you actively thought, I have no idea what I'm doing. This is not gonna work. But just one accident led to another, and you ended up creating something amazing. And then, once I was in that gold victory kind of energy, I thought of this card really strongly from the Energy Oracle, this victory card. So I went and fished it out for you. I felt like this could be significant. So I think we're just gonna leave it here for your reading. It's number 28. And yeah, let's get into it. So in this part of the reading, we're going to see where you truly belong, what city, what part of the world, whatever spirit wants to reveal at this time. And we're actually going to start with some dice. So let's see what we get for you. We have the number 2. Okay, so wherever you are ending up, it probably has very close ties to your career. So somewhere you relocate to or somewhere you are staying for the sake of your career and also for the sake of financial prosperity. This could also be somewhere that has really lush nature and a really great respect for the natural world. Something about its nature could be a big attractor of tourism, like maybe there is some marvel of nature, or is it UNESCO World Heritage? Like, a famous nature that people go to see. I don't know how to put that better. There could also be a female leader in that place, whether that's like the mayor, the governor, a queen, an empress, a female prime minister, something like that. We have Aquarius. This could be indicative of innovation, of some industry that is highly advanced. Maybe the technology is highly advanced or the medicine is highly advanced. It could also be a rather progressive society, or at least compared to where you come from. The society or the culture is more progressive. They have a different way, the people who live there often have a different way of thinking compared to where you currently are or where you were raised. It could also be a culture that is a little bit, is standoffish the word? A little bit more reserved when it comes to meeting strangers, but they are very warm-hearted. It's just that they might not be super like loud, friendly, outgoing types. A bit more keep to yourself kind of vibes. And we also have the moon. Yeah, there's some feminine energy going on here because the number 2, it made me think of the high priestess of divine feminine energy, and the moon does the exact same thing. It could be, I'm hearing matriarch or matriarchal. It could be a culture that really respects women or feminine energy. There could be a feminine deity who is very prominent, who has a lot of monuments or architecture or art that is dedicated to her. Some kind of goddess, or there could be a very famous female historical figure from this place as well. It could also be, this is maybe a bit more specific, but it could be a place that observes the Lunar New Year. I'm also thinking of tides because, the moon affects the tides. This kind of looks like waves of the ocean. So it could be a coastal place or place that has a very beautiful ocean. We were talking about kind of natural wonders, beautiful nature in this place. One of those beautiful things could be a body of water. Okay, we're gonna get into the tarot now. Also for some of you, because these can also be astrological placements. So if you see any of your placements here, that could be another confirmation that this is your group. So maybe you have moon in Aquarius, or you have moon in the second house, or you have Aquarius in the second house, like Capricorn rising. But let's get into your tarot. Something about this imagery or the number 28 or any of these, the letters here, could also give you a clue. There could be, okay, this is also really specific confirmation for some of you, but this could be a country that cleans up at the Olympics or there's a particular Olympic sport that they always do really well in. And I do somehow feel like there's a rich mythology to this place. perhaps a lot of spiritual people or a lot of spiritual practices are observed or embedded into the culture somehow. Even the fact that there's a woman on this card, like feminine energy is coming through quite strongly. Perhaps the reason you truly thrive here is because you're able to embody and really expand your feminine energy. This could be a place where you feel more spiritual when you're there, or you feel that your intuition is heightened. And the reason you thrive in this place is because there's equal amount of value that you can give to this place as much as you can receive from it. I really think your career is going to flourish here. You give a lot to the community in this place, and so in turn you receive wealth and prosperity from this place. You make really significant contributions and deeply appreciated contributions. I'm also seeing a bird in my mind's eye. It kind of looks like a crane or a stork, you know, something with long legs. Could be a flamingo or some other kind of bird with long legs that I'm not aware of. Okay. What does your tarot have to say about this place where you truly belong? Where do my group number ones truly belong? Or what else can they know about this place? We have the 10 of Cups. Yeah, this is a place where you are going to feel the happiest, the most at peace. And this is likely your forever home. Maybe you're going to grow old here. Maybe you are quite literally going to stay here until the end. We do see a home with a happy family, so you could very well find your life partner, raise children here if that's something that you want, but I do see you really integrating yourself into the community. I also have to say that the weather looks beautiful here. There's not a cloud in the sky and there's a beautiful rainbow. So this could be a place that gets really nice weather. There could be some dry periods sometimes. And then we also have a river. So there's something about a very significant body of water. And I do think that you're either going to live near it or you're going to get to visit it frequently. And it may be a place where you go to, I'm also seeing rocks, like smooth, flat stones. Maybe they're on the shore, or maybe you're like skipping stones or something. But I see you sitting by a body of water and, well, actually, you could visit this body of water in many different times, when you're happy, when you're sad, when you're confused, when you're feeling grateful. And the body of water just sits with you and holds space for you and your emotions. It feels like a very spiritual place. We have the 8 of Swords. So for those of you who already know where this place is, you could be feeling that it's difficult to get there, or you could even be feeling that it's not possible for you there, or there's going to be a lot of complications in getting there. It's too confusing. It's too overwhelming to figure it out. Or if you haven't discovered this place yet, the process of getting there could be kind of long and messy. Maybe there's a very convoluted visa process, or it's the immigration bureau is not the most organized, or you don't really know what visa type to get. It's interesting, I'm talking about visas, so maybe this is a place where you do need a visa. Or like the hiring process, there's a lot of paperwork and it's complicated and you feel like you want to give up. There's, emotionally, it's so simple that I should be here. It makes so much sense emotionally and spiritually. Practically, when it comes to some kind of logistics or some kind of paperwork, that could be a pain in the neck, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I am also noticing a castle in the background. So this could be a place that has a castle, perhaps as a tourist attraction. This is sort of like a Western looking castle. It doesn't have to look exactly like this. Some kind of palace. There could also be sheep there just because of the balls of yarn, but that also feels very specific. Okay, let's get one more. It could be a place where there's several official languages, or there's a lot of people who speak more than one language. There could be a lot of literature, media. I'm hearing poetry that comes out of this place. Okay, let's get one more for you. We have the star. Okay, so there's that body of water again, and there's that Aquarius energy again. I don't know if we talked about the direction of this place, but it could be to the east of where you are, and it could be either a long country, like from north to south, or there's a very distinct difference in, like if you met someone from the north or you met someone from the south, they could be quite different. Maybe they look different, maybe they speak differently, they eat differently, their mannerisms are different. So it's very, you get a rich experience even from region to region. That's the vibe that I'm getting. And there is a feeling of progressive, but I don't really know what that means. It could be like some like modern advanced technology or way of thinking. I'm not really sure. Just that word keeps coming to mind. And this is a place where if you have felt weird in your place of origin or where you currently are, certain traits about you feel like are weird, you feel like you don't fit in this place, those traits are embraced and accepted and maybe even seen as normal. Yeah. So, is that everything? I think it is. I think that's everything for my group number ones. So if you're gonna go to a different section of the reading now, then I will see you over there. But if you're gonna leave the reading here, thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I will have all my other social media and other stuff that I have going on linked down below in the description and the pinned comment of this video. Thank you so much. I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Hi number twos. So if you guys chose the blue cat's eye, this is going to be your reading. So I was literally just about to start your reading. I was just about to do the hi number twos, and the doorbell rang, and it was a delivery, and the delivery was something that I purchased to protect my space. So that was a part of your reading that could be significant for some of you because it happened like during the filming of your group. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that, and let's get into it. In this part of the reading, we are going to be seeing where you truly belong. What city, what country, what part of the world, what type of place. And to start off, we are going to roll some dice. What do we have for my group number twos? We have the number 3. So this will likely be a place that is close. This could mean close in proximity to where you are right now. Some of you could even already be where you belong geographically, or it is a nearby place. It's not so far away from you, or it's close in the sense of similarity. So for those of you who are feeling like you're destined to go somewhere farther away, I feel like this means maybe the same language is spoken there or the culture is similar to you. It's not something so far off from where you currently are. That's the vibe that I get with this. What else do we have for my group number 2s? We have the sign of Taurus. Group number 1 got this message as well, but this could be a place that has very beautiful nature. I'm especially seeing a lot of greenery. Kind of looks like moss, or maybe that's just the color, like a deep emerald green. If it's a city, they could be really making efforts to increase greenery in the city, to put plant trees along the side of the road, to have a lot of parks. I'm hearing walkable, like it's a very easily walkable city, or you can cycle. So I feel like it's a nature conscious and environmentally conscious place. And there was something else. Oh yes, I also wanted to say, I feel like it's a place that has a good economy. They could have a strong currency or stronger compared to where you currently are. And we have the planet Mercury. Yes, so this is really giving the feeling of a place that is not that far away. So in close proximity, or a very similar culture or way of living. And I do feel that either you speak the language of this place, it could even be your native language, or a lot of people in this place speak your language. So you would have no problem adjusting, you would have no problem getting by. It feels very familiar. It feels very familiar. Also, these are astrological placements. So if you see any of your placements here, that could also be a confirmation for you that this is your group. So maybe you have Mercury in Taurus, or Mercury in the 3rd house, or you have Taurus in the 3rd house, which perhaps you're a Pisces rising. But let's get into your tarot. This place could be a little bit expensive. I will say that. Like the cost of living could be, it could be a place that is known to be expensive, or it's more expensive compared to where you currently are. I'm also hearing remote workers. Okay. What else can we know about this place where my group number 2s will truly thrive? Okay, so we have the 6 of Swords. Yeah, I do feel like I don't know if you saw how this card came out. It didn't really like shoot out. It was kind of like hesitating. So I do feel like for many of you, this will involve a relocation. But there are a few of you watching this right now who I feel you're already in this place. And this reading is just a confirmation that you've found your place. This is also a Mercury card. So actually we have kind of Mercury energy 3 times. Mercury here, and the 3rd house, which is associated with Mercury. So again, it's like I'm probably a broken record at this point, but it is really a feeling of short distance. So even if there is a relocation involved, maybe this is somewhere you can go by train, or you can drive there. You don't I'm hearing you don't have to go far and wide to find what you're looking for. And if you're feeling like you need a change of scenery, you may not have to go that far to find it. Even I'm thinking of a place like Tokyo, even just going to a different end of town, to a different district, can be a completely different vibe. I feel like the public transit in this place is probably very good. Getting around is very easy. It seems like you can walk to a lot of places, that there's like bike lanes, there's really maybe like the subway system or the train system is really good. It's easy to get to where you need to go. I think a lot of people use the public transit. And again, it feels like an environmentally friendly place. Like there's something about renewable energy, or maybe this is the type of place that they don't offer plastic bags when you go shopping. Like you have to bring your own, or a lot of people bring their own tumblers or their own mugs when they go to a coffee shop. Little things like that. What else can we see for my group number 2s? We have the Hierophant. Okay, so there could be a very prestigious school in this place that a lot of people, like there could be a lot of international students or people coming from far away to go to this school. There could be a very fulfilling student life here, or a very notable person, or a lot of notable people maybe have come from this place. This could be a place even that you go to pursue some kind of studies. That could also be something that, or that could also be a reason why the Mercury energy is coming through so strong, because Mercury can talk about intellect, academics, the mind, studies, things like that. So maybe you are going here to pursue a study opportunity, or you could be going here to level up in some way. Also, this is Taurus energy again. So Mercury energy is coming through very strong, and Taurus energy is coming through very strong. And again, that is giving me the feeling that this place is a bit expensive, or a lot expensive, because Mercury in Taurus is the astrological placement of the 5 of Pentacles, which is financial lack. And I don't want to say you're going to be financially lacking in this place, just that combination, it does feel expensive. Like there may be times where you go shopping and you're like, never mind. You pick it up, you see the price, and you just put it back. You're like, I'm not doing that. I heard it's the principle. So maybe it's like, it's not that I can't afford it, it's the principle. I'm not paying that much for this. There may even be things that, like I'm imagining if this is a environmentally conscious place, maybe they purposely make things expensive to discourage people from buying it. So this is a really crazy example, but it would be like if you're shopping and they're like, do you want a plastic bag for your stuff? That will be $20. And then you're like, never mind. I'll just carry it. Because they're trying to like reduce single plastic use or something like that. Or maybe if you litter, it's like $1 million fine. Again, I'm using very crazy examples. This is going to be really specific, I think, but for some of you, there could be rivers or canals going through the city, or like a harbor or something like that. it could be a place that has a large religious population or a history of being heavily religious. There could even be a religion that kind of originates from this place that also feels specific for a few of you. I'm also hearing something about divorce rate. So something about divorce rate in this country could stand out, whether it's particularly high or particularly low. Respecting your elders could be a significant part of the culture in this place. Something about the weather could be a bit different from where you currently are, and that will take some getting used to. Whether that's learning how to dress for that weather, or maybe your hair or your skin reacts to the different climate and it takes some time to figure out how to best care for it in this new environment. So maybe it has to do with it being drier, like dry or more humid. I think I actually was getting kind of a humid vibe before. Okay, and oh my gosh, you cannot make this up. Group number 2, look at what we have here. 5 of Pentacles. That's crazy, because Mercury in Taurus, that's 5 of Pentacles. We have Mercury energy here, Taurus energy here, that's 5 of Pentacles. And then here it is again. 5 of Pentacles, Mercury, Taurus. That's, wow. Speak of the devil. Yeah, it's expensive. That's really what I'm picking up. It's expensive. And it's funny that I was just talking about weather that you're not used to, because it is snowing in this card, and snow is definitely a weather phenomenon that not everybody's used to. In some places it doesn't snow at all. So if you move to a place where it snows, it's going to take a while for you to adjust to that and, you know, get in the habit of shoveling your driveway and bundling up and getting salt on your shoes and things like that, slush everywhere. So yeah, there's something about the weather that will take some getting used to. There's also 2 5s here. So the number 5 could be significant. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands. And the first thing I'm thinking of with this is that there could be something about the people here that you find very attractive, whether that's the fashion, the accent, the personality, or you perhaps fit the beauty standard of this place, and so you will be considered very attractive. There's a lot more to the Queen of Wands, but that's just the first thing that came to my mind. And I do think that this is a place where you're really going to be able to shine and find your independence and cultivate your intelligence, or really let the things that you're knowledgeable about shine and bring you success. So yeah, a lot of you, I think, are pursuing some kind of studying opportunity or an opportunity to showcase your talents. That could be something else. And yeah, I think the fashion is really up your alley, or it's just objectively really cool. Okay, so those are all the messages. I just saw 3333, by the way. Those are all the messages that I'm getting for my group number 2s. So if you are going to move on to another part of the reading, I will see you over there. I just felt like adjusting the light, but it didn't, I don't think it really did anything. And we're at the end anyway. If you're gonna go to another part of the reading, I will see you over there. But if you're gonna leave the reading here, I wanna thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I will have all the links to my other content, other social media places you can find me down below in the description, as well as in the pinned comment. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number threes. So if you guys chose the Angel Aura Quartz, this is going to be your reading. This part of the reading is all about where you truly belong. So what city, what country, what type of place that you will truly thrive in. And so we are going to start by rolling some dice. Okay, we are starting off with the number 10. Right away, this is making me think of somewhere that is hot or has a warmer, more, I think maybe temperate is the word. Warm. A warm, hot climate and has a lot of sunny days and perhaps has longer days. And the reason I say that is because this number 10 is related to the 10th house. And in astrology, that's at the very top of the sky, like where the sun is bright and shiny. Yeah, so that's what that made me think of. It could be a place where you are going to focus on your career, or it could be a place where a lot of people are career driven. A lot of people are very ambitious. There could be many successful or many wealthy people in this place. And we have the sign of Aquarius. I just heard a place where risk taking is rewarded. Okay, so for some of you, there's like being in this place also coincides with you starting a new chapter, taking a leap of faith, taking a risk. There could be a lot of people doing unconventional things in this place. And I think that's kind of nice because there is a strong focus on career and work ethic, but there's not one prescribed path or one prescribed way to do it. And like, if you're doing something else, it's unacceptable. I feel like this place admires and supports those who dare to go off the beaten path and perhaps even want to see them win. I'm hearing the word eclectic. This could be a place where the community is quite diverse. You get people from all different walks of life, a lot of independent, driven people doing their own thing, doing really cool things. There's not really a hive mind mentality of this is how you have to present yourself, this is how you have to dress, this is how you have to define success. It's like everyone's doing their own thing and everyone's doing it differently. And everyone respects each other. It feels really nice. Like, oh, that's what you're doing with your life? That's so cool. I'm doing this. And it feels so colorful and diverse. It's a really, really nice energy. We also have Jupiter. Yeah, there's money here. There's wealth here. There's a lot of successful people. But I feel like community, there's a big focus on community and networking and friendships. Like you could make some amazing friends here. This is probably a place I heard I've never felt more supported. And I think this support, it is talking about moral support, like people really rallying and encouraging you and helping you believe in your dreams, but perhaps even support in the terms of resources, giving you opportunities. You really get the sense that people want to see you succeed. And it feels very healthy. I really like this for you. Beautiful community, beautiful friends, and everybody's winning together. That's the vibe that I'm getting. By the way, these are also, you know, astrological placements. So if you see any of your placements here, that could also be a confirmation that this is your group. So maybe you are an Aquarius, or you have Jupiter in Aquarius, or Jupiter in the 10th house, or you could have an Aquarius midheaven. Okay, what else can we know about this place? Yeah, I do think this is a hot or warmer place. It could be in the southern hemisphere, or it could be southern from wherever you are now. And again, there's a feeling of long days. It could have this city never sleeps kind of vibe. Like there's always something going on. It's very vibrant. I feel like the music in this place is really good, and people know how to party. These people, they like to dance. They like to have fun. It's not the type of people, and there's nothing wrong with this because I do this sometimes, but I feel like it's not the type of people who go to a party and just stand there. Like, they're there to party. They know how to have a good time. And there's really just a feeling of everybody being equal, regardless of their background, regardless of their age, regardless of their profession. It feels like people in this place are very just warm and welcoming and down to earth. And there's very welcoming of foreigners or of tourists as well. And it's interesting because I'm noticing that I'm mostly talking about the people there as features. So as features of this place, I mean. So that's probably what will stand out to you the most, or what you love the most about this place. Kind of like I've found my people. And I just saw 4242, by the way, which could be significant. There could be a celebrity or a public figure from this place that you like or look up to or follow. And especially there could be a lot of really popular musicians from this place, or just really good musicians, even if they're not popular. I feel like the music scene is really good. That's coming through again. We have the 4 of Cups. This might be a place that I'm hearing a place that you discover while you're making other plans. It's almost like you're planning to build your life in location A, and then this place comes out of the blue, knocking on your door. And you're like, oh, now I have to change my plans because this place has stolen my heart. I feel like it does feel like a work hard, play hard kind of place. So I do think that people are quite hardworking, but they're efficient, okay? They don't work crazy long hours just to say they did. They get stuff done and then they take their vacation. The number 4 somehow made me think that there could be a 4-day work week that is emerging in this place, or that is just commonplace. People take their vacation days. You know, like, I'm out of office right now, don't talk to me. I think the boundaries between work life and personal life are really respected. This could be a place where the wages for workers are very good and employees are really respected. Workers across all different fields are respected. There's good benefits. Maybe the healthcare is good as well. What else does group number 3 need to know? We have the Emperor. Okay, we have 2 4s. This could very well be a place that you are, the place that you are destined to be. The place that you are destined to be. And you could rise to a very prominent position in this place. There's a feeling of you starting alone and then ending up surrounded by people you love. So for some of you, this could be a place where you move to by yourself. Or you're kind of taking a leap of faith and you don't really have much figured out yet, but you build from the ground up. You build one brick at a time and you really lay your foundations here. You're building your empire here, or you're building your prosperity here. And the number 4, it could also be talking about stability and security. So you're really putting your roots here. You're really settling down. For those of you, if you resonate with this being another country, you could very well become a permanent resident of this place. Or if you want to, of course, perhaps even become a citizen of this place. Okay, let's skip one more for my group number 3s. I also feel like mentioning this is Aries and this is Cancer moon. That could be like a super specific confirmation for someone if you're in Aries with a Cancer moon. There's something about a very big animal being native to this place, but you maybe don't really see it where you live. You maybe see it more out in the wilderness, but you know, that could be so many different things. It could be whales, elephants, bears. Bears are pretty big. Moose are pretty freaking big. You know, something about a big animal. Maybe it's kind of, is emblematic the word? You know, like I'm from Canada, maybe you think of moose, you think of polar bears. There's some whales in Canada, those kind of large creatures. I'm also thinking of buffalo or bison. Maybe some water buffaloes. I don't know, now I'm just naming stuff. Okay. One more for my group number 3s. Also, I mean, this is kind of a scary message, but there's something about natural disasters. Like, for example, I live in Japan and there's pretty frequent earthquakes. So could be something like that. Or maybe there's like a volcano. Okay, we have, yeah, I'm not surprised to see this. We have the 9 of Pentacles, which that's also success in your career and abundance. And it's really cool that we get this, because one of the things that I often feel with this card is having a balanced and well-rounded life. And there was that message before about a work hard, play hard sort of culture. And I feel like this really fits. You know, we work hard, but we enjoy what we do and we also enjoy our life. So there's not like a toxic work culture. It's very supportive. I really think you're going to find great success here. Both of these cards, the Emperor and the 9 of Pentacles, do give me a feeling of someone who is thriving independently. And that's not to say you don't have a support system. Of course you do. But you're not really being controlled by anyone. You don't have to answer to anyone. So maybe this is a place where you can thrive in self-employment or have a lot of freedom wherever you work. I'm also looking at the grapes behind this cat, it's giving vineyard, it's giving winery. That could also be something about this place that is famous. They can make really good wine, or maybe there's wine. I'm hearing wine tours, wine country, if that's a thing. I don't really know. Or some kind of fruit that is very abundant here in that particular city or country. Yeah. Is that everything? Oh, this is Venus in Virgo, so that could also be a confirmation for some of you. Is that everything that I want to say? I think it is. So group number 3s, if you are going to go to a different part of the reading now, then I will see you over there. But if you're going to leave the reading here, I want to say thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I'm going to have all my other social media, all the other places you can find me, linked down below in the description, as well as in the pinned comment. I am sending you so much love. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Hi number 1s. So if you guys chose the Obsidian, this is going to be your reading. In this part of the reading, we are answering the question of with whom do you belong? And just before we get into the dice and the cards, there is a very specific message coming through that maybe is just for a few of you, but it's about a high follower count. So that could be a sign that your follower count is about to grow, if that's something that you've been striving for, or perhaps one of the people who's meant to be in your life is someone who has a high follower count for whatever reason. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. And now let's roll some dice and see what Spirit wants to reveal. We are starting with the number 9. Okay, so something about the person or people who are meant to be in your life, they likely come from a different background than you. They could originate from a place that is pretty far away from you, maybe even on the other side of the world, come from a different culture, speak a different language. The 9th house has to do with foreign travel, foreigners in general. It can also talk about higher education. So for some of you, if you pursue further education, like college or beyond, that could be where you meet a lot of the people who are meant to be in your life. We have the sign of Gemini. There's something about, like, we come from different parts of the world and we have such different backgrounds, but our personalities are so similar. Like, we just get each other. We speak the same language energetically, like we're completely on the same vibe. Yeah, and then we have Mercury. It's kind of this strange feeling of, why do we understand each other so well? Why do I feel like we understand each other better than people I grew up with or people from my hometown? There's a feeling of kindred spirits. I'm also hearing love at first sight. This could be romantic love, it could be platonic love, but that feeling of, from the first meeting, I knew that there was something special about you, and I knew that we were meant to be in each other's lives. These could also be confirmations like Gemini placements, Virgo placements, Sagittarius placements could be significant. Someone with Mercury in Gemini or Mercury in the 9th house. Let's see what the tarot has to say. The people who are meant to be in your life, they will level you up just by being around them. You are meant to level up. You are not meant to stay where you are. You're meant to keep growing. You're meant to be bigger. You're meant to take up more space. The people meant to be in your life are funny and lighthearted. They don't take things too seriously. I'm also hearing they don't cry over spilled milk. They don't get upset about things they can't control. They don't get upset about things that were an accident, okay? There's something about them not getting upset easily that is very significant. As long as you're trying your best, it's okay. Not strict. It feels quite laid back. I also feel generosity and frequent communication, texting each other back and forth, even just to check in on each other, even if it's just to send memes. It feels like people you talk to every day. Okay, so we'll get a few tarot cards for you. People who are meant to be in group number 1's life. Okay, we have the 10 of Wands. Okay, we have 2 cards that just, yeah. I'm not surprised to see the 6 of Pentacles. These 2 cards fell on the floor and they fell out together. 6 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. And the 7 of Swords. Okay, there is one specific person who is coming through, who is meant to be in your life, and that is the King of Pentacles. And when I saw this, the first thing that came to my mind was the energy of a life partner. And I just saw 555, by the way. So that could be, actually, if you've been seeing that number, that could be pertaining to your life partner or that connection in some way. But yeah, I really feel like these are meant to be read together. The fact that we have 2 pairs of hands, I should say, holding the coin, and then 2 hands with coins on them, it feels like reciprocation. Reciprocity is being highlighted. We both put equal effort to this connection, and we both put equal effort into bettering ourselves. We are very dedicated to this connection, and look at this money stacking up. I do feel like this is someone you're going to become wealthy with. You could very well be involved in a business with your life partner, making something successful together, or you are huge supporters of each other's professional endeavors. But this is someone who is meant to be in your life, and this is someone who is extremely mature. And I'm just going back to all of those traits we were talking about before. Someone being humorous, someone being lighthearted, someone being very benevolent and forgiving and laid back and not taking themselves too seriously. And I'm hearing it is because they are mature that they have those very traits. The way I'm being shown it, because that's a sign of being secure within yourself. It's a sign of wisdom. I'm hearing it's a sign of understanding life when you have an open and generous heart and don't sweat the small stuff. Don't take yourself too seriously. That's a sign of this person's maturity. I'm also hearing, I've got you. Like, this connection is rock solid. I've got you. I'm not going anywhere. A life partner who can be like your rock. That's the person you belong with. They could very well be an earth sign because both of these cards are earth. Taurus, Virgo especially, but could be Capricorn energy as well. More specifically, there is a Taurus moon here. But I want to talk about this 10 of Wands because I feel like this 10 of Wands is the opposite of 6 of Pentacles. And in this deck in particular, the person is throwing the wands away. In a lot of 10 of Wands, we see the person carrying them on their back like a burden. And so this, to me, feels like throwing the burden away. There's been such a heavy energy of reciprocity, and Ten of Wands is often a card that makes me think of one-sided connections. And the fact that it's being thrown away, I think this is a message for many of you that in order to meet and come into union with the people you're meant to be with, you have to throw away one-sided connections. And I'm hearing, you know, the ones that you pour your heart and soul and time and energy into, and the person doesn't give you anything back or gives you the bare minimum back. You will have to let go of those connections to find the people you are meant to be with. And the Seven of Swords, it's a card of deception. And when I saw this, I thought of someone's mind playing tricks on them. That, oh, you can't throw this away because then you're going to be left with nothing. You can't throw this away because nothing better is going to come for you. So you better keep what you have. Or you can't throw this away because they'll change. I can fix them. You know, our mind kind of plays tricks on us that keeps us holding on to people who give us nothing or who give us the bare minimum. And sometimes we can project idealized traits onto that person or fall in love with their potential rather than the reality of who they are and what they're giving us. And quite simply, that needs to be, we got to throw away that burden. We got to let go of that burden because it's not sustainable. Reciprocity is sustainable. Being treated with the love and care and attention and affection and effort you deserve is sustainable. Someone who gives as much as you do, that's sustainable. And that's who you belong with. That's who's meant to be in your life. Look out for the King of Pentacles in other readings that you may do or other readings that you may have done for you, because I do feel like the King of Pentacles represents your life partner. And I think that this is someone who is very successful in their field, very advanced in their field, highly respected, regardless of their age, I'm hearing. So for some of you, this could be a person who achieved success at a relatively young age and even has people who are older than them looking up to them, or people who have been in the field longer looking up to them for their dedication, for their commitment, for their work ethic, for their expertise. This is an extremely reliable person. If they say we should hang out sometime, they're gonna get back to you with the time and the place. You know, like I just feel the energy of someone getting a text from someone they like, we should hang out sometime, and then they have to sit there wondering if it's really gonna happen. Like, oh my gosh, they said they want to hang out. Maybe this time it's really gonna happen. No, with this person, if I say I'm gonna come see you, I'm gonna come see you. If I say I'm gonna show up at this time, I'm gonna show up at this time. Very predictable in the best way, in the sense that they're reliable, in the sense that they're very trustworthy. I'm also hearing honesty and transparency. So this is the type of life partner that you are meant to have. And this energy overall, I did kind of get the energy of several people in the dice, like friends from different backgrounds, friends from other countries who maybe you did meet later in life, but they feel like childhood friends. And there's that feeling of, we have such different life stories and yet we get each other. It's a vibe that you cannot fake. And it's a vibe that you cannot replicate. We just get each other. You could even meet people on a trip in passing. Maybe they're sitting next to you on the plane. Maybe they're in the same hostel as you. Maybe you're waiting in a queue together. Or, you know, you just kind of meet in passing like that, but you instantly click. And I feel like all your friends are really smart, which means that you are really smart. And all your friends are really funny, which means that you're really funny. And there's just this feeling of warmth, being very open-hearted, generous, forgiving, like someone with a big heart and with a lot of patience. And that's the kind of people that you're going to be surrounded by. I'm hearing you have enough stress in your life, you know? you have enough stress in your life, and your friends and your life partner, they're supposed to be the people who remove your stress or who help you carry that burden, not who add to your stress. Okay, so this is everything that I'm seeing for my group number ones. If you're going to move on to another part of the reading now, then I will see you over there. If you're going to leave the reading here, I want to say thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I will have all my links down below, my social media, everywhere you can find me down below in the description and in the pinned comment. Thank you guys so much. I'm sending you lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Hi number twos. So if you guys chose the Howlite, this is going to be your reading. So in this part of the reading, we are answering the question, with whom do you truly belong? And we are going to start off with the dice and see what we can uncover. We have, this is the exact same that number one got, the number 9. Okay, is this gonna be like a similar energy? Is it gonna be a bit different? We also have the sign of Scorpio. Okay, a key trait of the people who are meant to be in your life is self-awareness, okay? People who have spent a lot of time healing, a lot of time on their shadow work. They know very well their own strengths and their own weaknesses. They have put a lot of effort into self-discovery. I'm getting Hermit card sort of vibes. That could be significant for some of you. Self-discovery. And because of this, they are able to be an open book with you, and they're able to be emotionally intimate with you. Like open up, be vulnerable, explain what's on their mind, explain why they behave the way they do. Yeah, they know what they're secure about very well, what they're insecure about very well. And dealing with someone who really knows who they are, it's very harmonious for you. We also have Neptune. Okay, I'm thinking artists, dreamers, romantics, spiritual people, people who really have a zest for life and see the beauty of life. Yes, I'm getting like spiritual and artistic vibes from the people who are meant to be in your life. Scorpio, Sagittarius, Pisces placements could be significant. Also Virgo, because I did mention the Hermit card. Pisces rising? Yeah, Neptune, Pisces rising. Someone could have Neptune in the 9th house. That's pretty specific though. I mean, I guess it's all specific. Anyway, take those as confirmation if they resonate with you. Let's look at our tarot and see what else we can learn about who is meant to be in your life. We have the 4 of Cups. Okay, Moon in Cancer could be significant, or Cancer energy in general. And I just noticed that all of the water signs came through: Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So a lot of the people who are meant to be in your life could have heavy water placements. Maybe that is an energy that you thrive the most when you have around you. People who are watery. And again, like this is all stuff I've already said, so I'm just reiterating. People who are emotional and sensitive and not afraid to show it. People who are very open with their emotions and share them with you, and who are also receptive to your emotions. People also who are thoughtful and attentive and intuitive. You know, open communication is important in any relationship, but I feel like your people are also very attuned to nonverbal communication. You know, the energy that you are giving off, the slight changes in your demeanor. They're very observant of you and picking up on those little cues from you. And I feel like a lot of the time they can anticipate what you need before you might even realize that you need it. And they're always looking out for you like that. And there's also something that's kind of funny here. Maybe it's, I don't know if you would call this irony, but someone might think if you are dealing with a person who is highly sensitive and highly emotional, oh my gosh, it's going to be such a roller coaster. Like they're going to be crying all the time and they're going to be overreacting about everything. But in fact, you will find that dealing, and maybe you already know this, but it's like, oh, isn't that funny? Actually, dealing with sensitive, emotional, and vulnerable people is very peaceful. And dealing with someone who shuts off their emotions and doesn't want to be vulnerable is actually the more volatile situation. It's the opposite of what one might say. What an ignorant person might say, I just heard. Yeah, highly intuitive people like you. Okay, spiritual people, people who are open to exploring psychic abilities, or maybe they've already discovered and explored their psychic abilities. There could also be something about homebody or an introverted energy with this Four of Cups. People you can just hang out with even if you're at home, not really doing much, just being in each other's presence. Maybe you're talking, maybe you're not talking, maybe you're doing your own thing. There's something about a baker. I don't know, someone who likes baking, or maybe that's like baker is their profession. Or someone who likes cooking. There's a feeling of every time you go into this person's house, it's warm and it smells delicious because they're making something delicious. People who check in on you. Are you okay? Are you hot? Are you cold? Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Did you rest well? Oh, look at this. It's like, I don't know, it just looks like two beings embracing, and it's really sweet. Six of Cups, that's even more water energy. And that's like soulmate energy. I feel like many of your soulmates are spiritual like you, which is beautiful because there will be that mutual recognition of, you're my soulmate, you're my soul family. Yes, I know. Kind of like that. And there's a lot of openness. You can share as much as you want with each other. If you don't feel like sharing, that's okay. But I feel like a lot of the time you're just open books with each other. Oh my gosh, we have the Lovers. Okay. Okay, Lovers. I'm naming a lot of signs, but this is Gemini energy. The number 6 is repeating, so that could be a significant number. We have roses on this card, which do make me think of sensitivity. So that is something that is coming through very, very strongly. The Six of Cups and the Lovers are both cards that make me think of soulmates. So you definitely have a divine counterpart who you belong with, who is meant to be in your life, with whom you share a very strong psychic connection. It's one of those things where your energies kind of blend together. When you are really connecting, there's a feeling of, and I don't mean this in like you can't discern your energy, but, or actually maybe it's hard to discern sometimes where you end and where they begin. Like, I'm picking up on this energy. Is that me? Is that them? your energies are blended together like that. There's a deep, deep sense of familiarity. This is that type of energy when you meet someone for the first time and it does not feel like the first time at all. It feels like you've known them for a million years. And you will find when you meet the person who's meant for you, this divine counterpart, it maybe doesn't feel as intense as you thought it would. It's like, oh, there you are. Hey. You know, maybe you expected it to be like, oh my gosh, where have you been all my life? And then it's just like, oh, hey. Ah, yes. Like just a very calming recognition. And being in each other's presence, it just feels natural. It feels normal. It feels comforting. Like, of course you would be my counterpart. Of course we would be together. That's, oh my gosh, the bottom of the deck is Judgment, which Judgment is related to the planet of Pluto. And that's Scorpio energy again. So Scorpio has come through 3 times. Maybe Scorpio season is significant, like late October to late November. But yeah, strong Scorpio vibes here. Judgment and the 6 of Cups. Hello, past life connection. Definitely feels like that. These eyes in the sky feels like a psychic connection for sure. So this is basically the cards saying a whole lot of the same thing over and over again. And for many of you who chose this group, this reading is probably a confirmation of something you already knew, especially seeing how intuitive and perceptive you are to the energies around you. I think you know very well who is meant to be in your life and the type of connection you're looking for. But yes, I hope that I can confirm that you are surrounded by highly sensitive, intuitive, and emotionally vulnerable and very thoughtful, attentive people, homebodies, who they feel very nurturing and nourishing for the soul. Like if a cozy, warm blanket was a person, that's what these connections feel like. So yes, I think those are all the messages for my group number 2s. So I'm going to end the reading here. If you are going to move on to another part of the reading, I will see you over there. But if you're going to leave the reading here, I just want to say thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I will have linked down below my other social media, the other places you can find me in the description and in the pinned comment of this video. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number 3s. So if you guys chose the Dalmatian Jasper, this is going to be your reading. This part of the reading is answering the question, with whom do you truly belong? And to start, we are going to roll some dice. So first we have the number 7. Makes sense. 7th house is related to relationships, and that is the topic of this reading. It feels like a committed partnership. Okay, first message is for those of you who chose this group, who are wondering, who are starting to think maybe that there isn't someone out there for you. Like maybe I'm just my own soulmate, or maybe I'm just gonna be single forever. Maybe there's no one out there for me. Or maybe it's not meant to happen in this lifetime. If you're starting to have doubts like that, I think this is Spirit confirming to you that no, there absolutely is someone out there for you. We have the sign of Aries. Okay, I feel like many of you who chose this group, you could get a little bit confused when you watch relationship readings, because something that might happen a lot is, let's say you're watching a reading about like, who's your next partner? Who's your future spouse? You're like, what the heck? The reader is just describing me. Like, am I gonna marry myself? Is my soulmate myself? Or even if you're watching one of those videos like, how does this person feel about you? you're like, the reader's just describing my feelings. Like, this reading is just about me. And I get it, because I think whoever's out there for you is just really, really similar to you, that when you hear readings about them, it could seem like the reader's talking about you, but I think it's that your energy just is so similar. You have a lot in common. And also something that you need to know is the person you're meant to be with is not someone you have to change yourself for. You know, there's a difference between growing on your natural path and evolving on your natural path versus purposely trying to change certain things about yourself to be more likable or lovable. And when you're with the right person, you don't have to do that. And so for those of you who are thinking like, I need to become more XYZ to meet my soulmate, or I need to fix this about myself so that my person likes me. No, you don't. Because the right person for you is going to love you in all stages of your growth. And we have the moon. So these could be specific astrological placements that are a confirmation for some of you, or something to look out for. A Libra rising or an Aries rising, Venus in Aries or Moon in Aries, or Libra, Venus in Libra, Moon in Libra, or Venus or Moon in the first or seventh house. Yeah, and I just saw 3131. That could also be significant. So maybe someone is 31 years old, or you meet or have a significant development at 31, or I can't remember if I already said this. Did I say born on the 31st? I don't know, I meant to say that. Or on the 13th. Masculine energy is coming through pretty strongly. And I think it's interesting. I just finished saying the right person is going to love you in all stages of your growth. And then the moon came out, because the moon has different phases and it's different sizes throughout the month. So, you know, think about it. A crescent moon, beautiful. A half moon, beautiful. A gibbous moon, beautiful. A full moon, beautiful. It's all beautiful, and it's all the same moon. So no matter what stage you're in your journey, no matter what season of life you're in, you are beautiful and lovable, and the right person is going to recognize that. Okay, so let's get into your tarot and see what we can reveal about whom you belong with. There is a process with this person of unlearning, because, you know, there was a message of you don't have to change yourself to be more likable or be more lovable. But where you're at in life right now, you maybe have already done that. Consciously or unconsciously changed yourself. Maybe at one point it was something you did consciously, but now it's just become like a second nature and you don't even realize you're doing it. Like, you don't even realize that the way you're expressing yourself is a changed version of your energy. And with the right person, there's a process of unlearning of, wait, this isn't really me. I changed myself to be like this so that so-and-so would like me, or so that people would like me in general. Let me stop doing that. Thank you, person, for letting me know that it's okay to stop doing that and I can be my authentic self. There's a process of remembering your authentic self with the right person, but before that, you must unlearn all of the distorted versions of you. It feels like this reading is about one person, which was not the case for the other group. So I guess Spirit just really wants to talk to you about a specific person today. They also could have the same signs as you or a similar birth chart to you, because I could also see a situation where you're watching a reading and the reader says like, your person could be this, or this sign. And you're like, you just said my sun, moon, and rising, like you're talking about me. And it really could just be that your signs are similar. I have a friend who was born 3 days after me and a friend who was born 6 days after me. And so basically our charts are exactly the same except for our moon and rising signs. Okay, what else does Spirit want to reveal? We have the 10 of Wands. This came out for group 1 as well. We have the 5 of Cups. Yes, okay. There's tears in both of these cards, so there's an emotional release. And I mentioned this for group 1 as well, but what stands out to me about this 10 of Wands is that we're not holding the wands on our back. Normally in the 10 of Wands, we see a person carrying the bundle of 10 wands on their back as they move forward on their journey, and it's like this heavy load that they're carrying. In this card, the hands are throwing them away. So this 10 of Wands feels very much like releasing a burden. And we see some tears, and then 5 of Cups also. It's like emotional release. So this process of unlearning the person you thought you needed to become to receive love, validation, acceptance, recognition, whatever it might be, it's going to be an emotional process that I think you go through with your person, and that maybe they are going through as well. And I want to make a distinction that this is not about, why did I do that? Like, why was I being inauthentic? Like, that was so wrong of me to change myself. It's not in a judgmental way like that. It's, I see why I did that. Maybe in one point in your life you had to, or it just felt like the best choice. And maybe that inauthentic version of you really did serve you at one point. It really did get you through a period of your life. Maybe it helped you to be safe. I think the emotional release is like oh my gosh, the day has finally come where I don't need this anymore. I don't need this persona anymore. I don't need to change myself anymore. The day has come where I can finally shed all of that and be my true identity. I think that's the emotional release. It's feeling grateful. It's feeling deeply moved by the experience of being loved unconditionally. And it does feel bittersweet. It's like sad for what transpired, but happy that you're in this new era. And again, like there's a strong masculine energy, and specifically a very healthy masculine energy. We also have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. This is, at the bottom of the deck, we also have 3 of Cups. It's interesting that I was talking about my friends who are just born a few days after me. You could have a very close birthday to this person, or you could be close in age. This could also be someone. It could be a friend or a romantic relationship where you start off as friends. That's the feeling that the 3 of Cups is giving me. And there is also a feeling that one person will kind of wake up to their feelings first, and they just kind of patiently wait, and then things grow organically. Knight of Pentacles feels very much like a slow and organic progression. Things just happen naturally. Nothing is being rushed. Nothing is being forced. It also doesn't even really feel like someone's making a move, like I'm making a move on you, you're making a move on me, or it just kind of feels like, okay, I'm imagining two people lying in a bed, and it's like you wake up, you open your eyes, you roll over, the other person is still sleeping, and so you just kind of lie there peacefully, and then in a few minutes they open their eyes too. You're not like, hey, wake up. You just kind of, I will just relax here. It's such a peaceful morning. And then eventually they open their eyes too. And I feel like that's kind of how you develop feelings for each other. It feels like taking your time. It's not forced. And it just happens naturally. You wake up with the rising sun, not with an alarm. And I also think that's the kind of life you can live together. Embracing, the moon's maybe talking about that a little bit too. Just embracing your natural rhythm and living on your own terms. And I just heard prioritizing your comfort after so many years of being told that you weren't allowed to do that, or that it wasn't safe to do that. So this feels like a very, very comfortable, safe and comfortable partnership, and healthy, especially featuring healthy masculine energy that was coming through. We have the numbers 10, 5, and 3 here, which could be significant somehow. You did choose Dalmatian Jasper, so a Dalmatian or just a dog in general could be significant, or year of the dog. But I think those are all the messages for my group number 3s. So thank you very much for letting me do this reading for you. If you're going to move on to another part of the reading, I'll see you over there. If you're going to leave the reading here, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I will have linked down below all my other social media and other places you can find me in the description, as well as in the pinned comment. I am sending you so much love. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number ones. So if you guys chose the honey calcite, this is going to be your reading. In this part of the reading, we are seeing what you will truly thrive doing in this lifetime. So we are going to start off by rolling the dice. We have the number 8. Okay, that feels like some kind of joint venture. We have the sign of Taurus. Okay, this feels like a business partnership of some kind. And we have the sign of Mercury. Okay, this is really interesting because there was a group in the first part of the reading where we were talking about the location. There was a group that kept getting Taurus and Mercury energy. I think that came out like 3 times in their reading. And it would be really cool if there's some of you watching this who also chose that group, and like the Taurus and Mercury energy is following you around. Let me know if that's you. And I just saw 111, by the way. But yeah, like I said, this definitely feels like some kind of joint business venture that you are really going to thrive in. So let's see what details we can get with the tarot. What is this venture that my group number 1s are going to thrive in? We have the Tower. This feels like reinventing yourself or freeing yourself. I wonder if, I don't know if you watched the with who part of this reading, but I do feel like there's an important person in your life who's going to show you that reinventing yourself is completely possible. You're never too stuck to make a change. And no matter how far you've gone down a certain path, you can always change your mind. And when you realize that, the world is going to open up to you. Okay, so there's a bit of an energy for this group of staying on a path, even though deep down you want to change, because you're like, I've already gone so far down this path, it's going to be too difficult to start over, or it's going to be impossible, or maybe you're thinking it's going to be a waste to start over. I've already come so far. It's about giving yourself permission to change your mind, giving yourself permission to transform and reinvent yourself. There's also something about getting over the fear of being told that you've changed. Because I just think so often when someone tries to switch things up, they get comments like that. You've changed and I miss the old you, that kind of thing. I saw 333 as well. And some of you may be afraid of receiving feedback or comments like that if you were to choose a new path. Worried about how others will perceive it. When I'm hearing, and maybe this sounds a bit harsh, but I just heard when really it's none of their business. Okay. But yeah, someone's coming into your life to show you that no matter how long you've been on your path, no matter what situation you may find yourself in, it's always possible to change. And if you want a change in your life, you deserve to give yourself that chance. Part of your journey may involve walking away from something that means a lot to other people, but doesn't mean a lot to you. So this is just one example, but let's say you were in the process of working towards a PhD, and it seems like everyone around you really, really cares about the PhD, but then you realize that you don't really care about it. And so you just know you're going to get those comments of like, what are you talking about? You were so close to getting it. And maybe to you, you're like, it's just a piece of paper. And that's just one example. Obviously, I'm not making any comment about the value of a degree, just to illustrate the energy. Something that I want to say means nothing to you, but you maybe hold on to because other people see value in it. And if you have something that other people value, that makes you feel more secure. And it takes a lot of courage to be like, actually, I don't value this. Maybe society does, but that's not my personal value. I think that the meaning of my life lies somewhere else. For a lot of you, this reading is a confirmation. It's your sign that it's time for a change. It's time for a profound transformation. The Tower does feel, it's like an upheaval. It can be a cleansing of your life, completely changing direction. And yes, it might shock some people. Else can my group number ones know about their path? We have the World. Okay, 2 major arcana so far. So this is pretty big. This is about you stepping into your purpose. I am noticing there's a lot of fixed sign energy here. Like all the fixed signs are here: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. We have Taurus here, Scorpio energy here. There's some Scorpio energy in the tower too because it's ruled by Mars. So fixed, I'm thinking of North Star, a North Star or fixed stars. Your North Star never changes, even if you try to ignore it for some time or suppress it for some time. Your longing and your calling is always there. The world is making me feel like you've outgrown something and your soul is calling you to the horizon. Your soul is calling you to experience bigger things, and it seems like your soul wants to challenge you to something that doesn't have a specific roadmap. So there's a lot of trial and error and experimentation and seeing what works for you, but that's really suited to you. This kind of exploring, experimental kind of energy. I think your soul gets really, really bored with just following the map. I'm hearing anyone could do this. If you follow the instructions from 1 to 10, you'll be successful. And I think there's something in your soul that wants to forge their own success in their own way. I was just watching, a podcast with Mr. Beast on it. I don't know why I felt called to watch it, but I just did. And it was very interesting. And he was talking about how he's always been obsessed with YouTube and making YouTube successful from a really, really young age. And he was saying, like, before you're successful, people will call all of those traits crazy. But then after you're successful, people will call all of those traits admirable. And that part just jumped out at me when I looked at these cards. It's like there's some traits that you have that once you're successful, everybody's going to say those traits are the most amazing things about you, the most admirable things about you. You're so lucky that you have those traits. Those are what made you successful. But before you were successful, those very same traits, people maybe pick on or question why you have them, or like you should tone those down. And it's very fickle. Something about your success is exposing the fickleness of people. And that's why you cannot build a life on seeking approval, because it's fickle. It's building a tower on shaky foundation. And the irony is that you're gonna get all that admiration when you don't even care about it. I also heard it just takes one person to believe in your idea, and that can change everything. That's making me think of Lady Gaga's speech where she's talking about there could be 100 people in a room, and like just I actually don't know exactly what she says, but I think the gist of it is that there could be 100 people in a room and 99 people don't believe in you and one person does, and it just takes that one person who believes in you. It's something like that. Okay, so you're thriving by reinventing yourself. You're thriving by going against the grain. You're thriving by no longer building things on a foundation of seeking approval. Some of you could be going overseas or finding success in a international market or with an international audience. Or you just could thrive by traveling frequently. You have a rich life of getting to see many different parts of the world. We also have the Queen of Swords, which this feels so empowering. This feels, ooh, okay. I think at some point in your journey, you're going to be called to start a business. And I heard it's kind of out of necessity, because people need it and no one else is doing it. And it's a way that you serve the collective. Okay, let me tell you. I got a delivery this morning. I got 2 deliveries this morning, but one of them is something that for me really solidifies that I'm entering into a new era in my life. And I noticed that when these items were delivered, there were a lot of crows outside, like flying overhead. And I thought that those crows were like an auspicious sign for me. And so there's a crow flying in the sky overhead of this Queen of Swords. And so it's just, there's so much symbolism of a new era, and you very well could be starting a business with a partner or with a business partner and taking back control of the narrative of your life. The narrative that you tell yourself, and not letting that be influenced by others. And we also have the 9 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So with these 2 together, you are going to thrive when you are very protective of your energy and very selective. I mean, very selective. Like, you might even feel like you are being too harsh or you're being too picky. And I can hear your guides encouraging you, like, set your boundaries to the point where you think you're being too picky and then go a little bit more. This is a time you're in, I'm thinking of incubation. And I don't even really know what that means. I think it's like when something's growing in an egg. Or I don't know. You can correct me. Please feel free to correct me. When something is taking root, the genesis of something, that's the phase that you're in right now. And you need to be very protective of your energy. I'm thinking of someone who is pregnant, and they're being very selective, even more than usual, with what they put in their body and who they let around them, and keeping stressors away. They gotta be diligent. You're in the process of birthing something, and so you must protect your energy, your focus, your attention, your thoughts. And you may feel like you're being too strict with it because you feel like you don't have a right to be. There may be some programming that we need to uninstall that says other people are entitled to have access to your time, energy, and resources whenever they want it. By foregoing that, and by not giving people unlimited access at this time, you may feel like you're cutting off from the collective, but this is actually, if you do this right now, that's going to best serve the collective because you're working on something very groundbreaking for the collective. And the Queen shows you as the one in charge of your life, of your narrative, of your truth. But I see you as the owner of something or the founder of something. And it's interesting because there was a message of a joint venture and doing something with a partner, but there's not a lot of information about that partner coming through. I think the focus is really on you right now and getting yourself in the right place mentally and realizing that it's never too late to make a change, and your habits you're never so set in your ways that you can't change. You can always change. If someone says people never change or people can't change, don't believe them. Okay? And it's time for energetic decluttering for sure. This is how you're really, really going to thrive. Okay, so group number 1, that's everything I'm seeing for you. So I'm going to end the reading here. If you're going to move on to another part of the reading, I will see you over there. If you're going to leave the reading here, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I'm gonna have all my links down below to my social media, other places you can find me in the description, as well as in the pinned comment. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Hi, number twos. So if you guys chose the Fuchsite, this is going to be your reading. This part of the reading is answering the question, what will you thrive the most doing in this lifetime? So to start off, we are going to roll some dice. We have the number 8, that's the same as group number 1. We have the sign of Aries. And we have the South Node. Okay, I feel that you do have, your soul has a pattern throughout your incarnations of, I'm hearing, inadvertently becoming a leader or an influencer or an influential person of some sort. And it really seems like you don't seek out these positions. It just kind of naturally happens because people gravitate towards you. They value what you have to say. You have some brilliant ideas. You're very insightful. You're very compassionate, and people just naturally want to listen to you, and people are naturally inspired by you. And it feels like something that just kind of happens. It's not like you're like, hey, everybody, listen to me. Hey, everybody, follow me. But they just do. You're naturally magnetic like that. There may also have been some past life experiences, or maybe you even recognize this in your current lifetime, where you're sort of thrust into a leadership position, a position with a lot of responsibility, where people are looking up to you or people are counting on you because whoever was supposed to be the leader is not stepping up, or they're just not around. There's something like that is coming through. So it does seem like a role that you're comfortable in or you're familiar with. And I do think this pattern will continue in this lifetime. Maybe you'll be able to do it a little bit more on your own terms. And you could be the leader of a team. You could be a thought leader. I'm not really sure what that is. A thought leader, a spiritual leader, an influencer. There's some energy like that is coming through. I do think you're going to be visible in some way because there's this concept of parasocial relationships that is coming to my mind. Maybe people forming a parasocial relationship with you. I feel like you're in a position where people know who you are, but you don't know who they are, which can be an interesting dynamic. And remember that your job is to empower others, not to perpetuate a dynamic where they must rely on you. It feels like you're working with people, and the goal is that eventually they won't have to work with you anymore. If I use myself as an example, like if somebody watched my videos and then said like, you helped me to trust my own intuition and now I don't need to watch your readings anymore, so I'm going to stop watching them. Like that feels like a win to me. It's kind of like the goal is not to keep people coming back to you. It's to empower them. There's something like that going on. So let's get into the tarot and see what we can uncover. By the way, I'm not saying like I want you to stop watching. I'm very grateful to have you here. I just saw 222 by the way. Just that if you were to come to that conclusion, then I'm happy. That's what I want to say. My group number 2s. What will you thrive the most doing in this lifetime? Where will you truly thrive? We have the 6 of Swords. Okay, there is some kind of move or relocation. I don't know if you watched the where part of this reading. You might feel called to it because the 6 of Swords definitely feels like a relocation of some kind. This could also be indicating that you will thrive the most with a lifestyle where you can be on the move, where you're not in the same place all the time. Whether that's traveling for work or just not, like maybe working completely from home may not be the best for you. And as an introvert, I can say that sometimes what we prefer to do or feel inclined to do is not really what's best for us. For example, I could stay by myself indefinitely. That's probably not the best for me. I probably need human interaction. So I see for you that you will thrive the most when you are on the move and when you are visiting different places. You could also, this is maybe a strange message, but I feel like you could be very, very successful in an endeavor that you're not super emotionally attached to. It's not that you can't succeed in things that you're really, really emotionally invested in. It's just that sometimes when you're really emotionally invested like that, the inevitable ups and downs on the way to success can feel like devastating. Whereas if you're not super emotionally invested in it, you can look at the ups and downs more objectively and be like, oh, that's just part of the journey. Something to keep in mind. There could also be some exercises you could do to help you detach from something you really, really care about so that, yes, you still care about it, but you're not emotionally dependent on all of those, like to be happy. You're not emotionally dependent on it to be happy, and you can objectively look at the ups and downs. That's going to be important to your success. So either finding a venture where you're just not so attached like that, or learning to detach from the venture you care about. I hope that makes sense. We have the Hierophant, which is so funny to me because there is that message about you being a leader and an influential person, and that's exactly what this Hierophant looks like to me. I feel like in some way you are a teacher. You could quite literally be a teacher in a school. You could be a tutor. You could have a remote course, like a course that people purchase and do on their own. You could be a trainer, a coach. I think I already said tutor, or even just making content, sharing your knowledge. I can kind of see it playing out in different ways where maybe some of you are actually meeting up with your students and working with them one-on-one, or you're teaching a group, or you are just one-sidedly putting the information out there and people can find it as they please and use it as they please. Like maybe you make educational YouTube videos, maybe you make tutorials, you make how-tos. I feel like you know what you're doing and you sound like you know what you're doing. You're very good at explaining and making things easy to understand. You could be especially good at taking concepts that are kind of abstract and just putting them into language that is understandable to anybody. I also think that you could thrive in a committed partnership, because if I look at these cards through the lens of relationships, to me this looks like moving in together and getting married, like the very traditional type of relationship. So you could definitely thrive in marriage. Having someone to be your rock, having someone to be your anchor, that will really help you. Having someone to share your ideas with. I heard sounding board, and I'm not really sure what that means, but you know, I have this idea, I'm thinking of doing XYZ, let me run it by you. You know, I feel like you'll have a partner who can be that kind of person for you. I'm also noticing that there's a green and orange bear here and a green and orange bear here. Also, as I'm saying this, the moon is at the bottom of the deck and there's a green and orange dog. That could be significant. You're a creative person, but you're not meant to create with the same rules as other people, whatever that means. You're not meant to fit in the same boxes as other people. You're meant to create irrationally, I'm also hearing, not worrying about boxes, genres, conventional, the rules. You're not worried about the rules. Like, I don't know, I don't know anything about visual arts, but let's say there's a rule of like, you're not supposed to mix this color with that color, or, you know, something like that. You are not meant to create with those same rules. There may be something about you learning the rules so that you can break them intentionally, or like you learn the rules first and then you can break them. Maybe you teach people the rules of something and then teach them how they can break them, or how they can bend them, or how they can be creative with it. Yeah, something about you teaching or being a teacher is coming up a lot, and that the way you teach, the knowledge is really applicable. Like, let's say you were a language teacher, people would come out of your class actually being able to have conversations. Because, you know, memorizing all the words is one thing, but then actually being able to use them and command it with confidence is a whole other thing. And I think the way you teach, whatever it is that you're teaching, people can command it with confidence. You will thrive a lot when you honor your body's natural sleep schedule and don't try to force it to adhere to what society says is normal, even if that's irregular. Even if one night you sleep 10 hours and then the other night you stay up all night and sleep for 3 hours in the morning, or whatever feels natural to you. Trying to force yourself onto a certain sleep schedule could be unnecessarily stressful for you. And you might also miss your peak creative hours or peak productive hours, which may be different from others. Okay, I guess we're getting one more. I'm not gonna take all of those, but that was funny. Maybe my group number 2s, you are the multi-talented type. You have a lot of interests and it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to decide what to focus on. We have the 6 of, that's so funny. At the bottom of the deck is the 2 of Pentacles. Maybe you're not supposed to pick just one. Maybe you have 2 jobs or 2 businesses or 2 ventures or more than 2 that you really thrive in. There's the imagery of a boat again. So some of you could be relocating overseas or going to live by the water. Maybe you're gonna have a boat in the future, or you do have a boat. Or you will thrive the most when you're able to frequently travel overseas. Yeah, this feels like you're not meant to do just one thing. You're a multifaceted, multi-talented individual, and forcing yourself to pick one thing is going to stress you out. You can and will do it all in good time, I'm hearing. And remember that you have your whole life. Society tells us, it will tell you like life is over at 30, at 40, whatever it is. And no, it's not. You can start, you have time to do it all. You could start a new venture at 50. You could start learning a new skill at 60. You can and you will. You will use all your time of your life to the fullest. It will be stressful to force yourself to do one thing. It will be stressful to try to do everything at the same time. So spread it out, all in good time. You will thrive the most when you embrace slowness and you don't rush yourself. And Aries energy can be a little bit impatient and want to do everything all at once. I don't know if you have Aries placements, but I feel your guides being like, relax. You will do it all in good time. It will all unfold for you in good time. I just saw 3333. That's abundant Empress vibes. You have the feeling of like, you're someone who's good at everything you do. You're good at everything you touch. Six of Cups, you will thrive when you reconnect with your inner child. You will thrive when you connect to your roots, whatever that means for you. Maybe that means visiting your hometown frequently. Maybe that means connecting with your family. Maybe it means connecting with your ancestors, learning about the cultural heritage that you come from, visiting the land that your ancestors came from, incorporating nostalgia into your life. You will thrive the most when you do that. And remember that one day you will be nostalgic for the present moment. Even if it seems tough or stressful, one day you will look back on this very period of your life with nostalgia and fondness. You're in the good old days right now. So, sounds cheesy, but appreciate every moment while you're in it. Appreciate the present moment. Yes. And we talk a lot about learning from our future self and gaining strength from our future self and aspiring to our future self. But don't forget about your past self either. Your past self has done a lot for you and has a lot of wisdom and could use your love as well, and is also aspirational and badass, as is present you. Yeah, so you will, I don't know if I already said this. There's just a feeling of you will thrive when you keep busy, when you're hardworking, when you maintain your work ethic. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry. Those are all the messages now. So if you're going to move on to another part of the reading, I'll see you there. If you're going to leave the reading here, thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself. Stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I'm going to have all my links down below of social media, other places you can find me in the description, as well as in the pinned comment of this video. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number threes. So if you guys chose the Vanadinite, this is going to be your reading. This part of the reading is all about what you will truly thrive doing in this lifetime. There is a little specific message coming through for some of you that there's a certain way of eating, a certain diet that will help you really thrive. I'm not going to give nutrition advice, but that could be a confirmation for some of you if you've just started on a new diet or are thinking of changing your diet. That could be a confirmation that it will help you feel better and help you truly thrive, especially in terms of avoiding fatigue or avoiding slumps during the day and remaining focused. Okay, usually we start with the dice, but for some reason, for this last group, I'm wanting to start with the cards, so we're just gonna go with it. We'll do the cards first, and then we'll roll the dice at the end. Maybe there's something about changing the order that you do something in your routine that makes you feel much better. Something you used to do in the morning, you're doing at night instead, or vice versa. How will my group number 3s truly thrive? We have the Magician, okay. The Page of Pentacles. This feels like manifesting a new financial opportunity, manifesting a new career, a job offer, a business opportunity. You kind of already are thriving. I'm not gonna lie, group number 3. I think you already are. You're doing an amazing job and you're gonna thrive the most by continuing on the path you're on. This reading feels like a big confirmation that you're on the right path. If you've started a new job or started on a new business idea, or maybe you started to study or practice something new recently, you're gonna go far with it. It's gonna grow a lot over time and it's gonna grow exponentially. So maybe you experience 10% growth in your first year and then like 50% growth in your second year and then like 600. And maybe it sounds like I'm saying crazy numbers, but I mean it. It could really be something like that. It's gonna take off and it's gonna go really, really far. And I'm thinking about, you know, the tiniest little seed growing into a massive tree. You're planting good seeds right now in your career, in your studies, in the things you are practicing, in the skills you're developing. Okay, something you've started is really gonna take off, or you're about to be offered an opportunity that if you take it is really gonna blow up in your future in a good way. Yeah, I just split the deck and it's the 8 of Wands and the Chariot. 8 of Wands and Magician both denote manifestation. 8 of Wands and the Chariot both denote speed. So not only are you on the right path, group number 3, but you're going to see proof of this very soon. And things are really gonna start, like I just said, like gaining momentum, taking off, and growing exponentially. You're finding something that you really love. And I'm thinking of that expression. It's like, find something you love and you'll never work a day in your life, or, you know, some variation of that. And, you know, maybe that expression seems a little bit too good to be true, but I think the point you're reaching is pretty freaking close to that. You know, of course, sometimes what you do is going to feel like work, but a lot of the time it's not. A lot of the time it's just going to feel like you're having fun. I'm also hearing, don't be ashamed of your origin story. Don't be ashamed of your beginner stage. Don't be ashamed of showing your progress. We often think it's super aspirational to show the polished, finished product, but it's also super cool to show your progress, to show your imperfections, to show the unfinished stuff. Sharing your journey with others could be super, super inspiring for them. And I think you thrive the most when you are in, what does this mean? A mutual relationship of inspiration. I guess you probably have many people around you or many people in the public eye who inspire you. And when you need to realize that the same way they inspire you, you are very inspirational as well, and you can inspire others as well. That it's a two-way street, I guess, is what I want to say. You will thrive the most when you realize that people want to see you, people want to hear from you, that what you are creating is valuable. And I'm not even saying that as like praising you. It's just objectively true. It's just objectively true. What are you doing here? What is this new? Wow. That's the seed growing into the big tree. You will thrive the most when you are in a community, maybe that's kind of obvious, in some kind of support group or support system. I do get the sense that you're an independent person, but make sure that you don't isolate yourself or feel like you have to do everything on your own. You can lean on others for support. I see you in a loving family. That could be your chosen family, your soul family. It could be a life partner and children. It could be extended family. It's really up to you, but I do see you in a very strong and loyal family unit, and that is where you will really thrive. And this unit will also keep you grounded because, like I said, you're going to go through very fast growth and grow really, really big, and that can be all kind of a whirlwind, right? A roller coaster. And you have this loyal family that keeps you grounded and who views you exactly the same before you succeed versus after you succeed. I see you living in a house, I guess, as opposed to an apartment. I don't know why that's significant, but perhaps that's where you'll really thrive. There was also something, and I can't remember if I said this part, that you will thrive when you think about future generations. Maybe thinking about future generations is what will inspire the moves you make. Think about what you want to leave. Okay, I heard what you want to leave the culture looking like, or what you want to leave your field or your industry looking like. So let's say you were in healthcare. This is just one example. Thinking about your kids or your grandkids and the type of healthcare you hope is available to them and the type of advancements you hope that they can benefit from. Or just thinking about future generations, thinking about the world in the year 2050 or 2100 or something, and what kind of healthcare would you want those humans to have in your perfect world? Like taking inspiration from the future generations kind of thing. Okay, let's get one more for my group number 3s. We have the Hanged Man. You will thrive when you are able to embrace in-betweens and recognize that in-betweens are not life being put on hold. They're actually part of life. Most of life happens in the in-betweens. The percentage of life that is like an exciting new start or the completion of a cycle, the fulfillment of the goal, that makes up a very small percentage. And most of life happens in the in-between. And if you can embrace that, that's where you will really thrive. We also have Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I feel like you'll thrive if you always stay in a student mindset and always stay in a beginner mindset, because we have 2 pages here. And definitely you need to be doing something creative with the Page of Wands. I do think you need to be a little bit of a trailblazer in whatever you're doing and an innovator. You don't come into a field or an industry to like carry on what was done up until now. It feels like you're a bit of a disruptor or an innovator. Like you're here to take things in a new direction. And the key is that you think about future generations, because maybe others aren't thinking about that. They're like, I'm just here to get my paycheck and go home. Or like which that's a fine way of working, by the way. But like to just think about yourself now, your immediate family. But it seems like because you think about the future of the world or the next generations, the next wave of people who are going to enter the field, that's how you innovate. That's how you take things in a new direction. You might spend a lot of time thinking about how your industry is going to change over the years, more so than others. Okay, we're going to roll the dice now. We have the number 11. That's like Aquarius energy, 11th house. That's a visionary. Like we're saying, visionary, innovator, coming to disrupt, coming to be unconventional. You will thrive. Okay, how do I say this? I guess that just some of your most important soulmates are going to be friends. And that, you know, a lot of the time we romanticize romantic soulmates, but I think some of your biggest soulmates are going to be your friends. And like, that's not to say that you don't have a romantic soulmate. I think that's why I was like, ugh, how do I say this? Just that the platonic ones are going to be hitting different and are going to be really, really dear to you. And another thing that makes you so successful is I think you truly love the collective, and not like you're just saying that because it sounds nice. You truly love the collective and truly feel connected to the collective. You talk the talk and you walk the walk. I don't know why I'm saying that, but sure. We have the sign of Scorpio. And we have Saturn. You will thrive when I feel like you need to live with someone. Let me not say you need to, but with this kind of creative spirit that you have, living with someone could help bring a little bit of structure into your life or more discipline. Definitely want to honor your personal space and your freedom, but just having others around you could help to bring more structure into your life. You will thrive when, okay, we were talking about that two-way street where you have people who inspire you, but you need to recognize that you're just as inspirational. And there's something else here where you are a vessel to receive other people's vulnerability. And it's also safe for you to pour your vulnerability into someone else. It can't always be you listening to other people's problems or helping other people heal. You also have to open up to other people and let other people help you heal. It has to go both ways. And if other people's stuff is not a burden to you, then you are not a burden to other people. It has to go both ways. There's a little bit of maybe hyper-independent is too strong, but a little bit of I'll just figure it out by myself. I don't want to bother anyone with this. This is such a silly example, and I don't know why this is coming up, but when I go to the store and I can't find what I'm looking for, I will just look for it forever until I find it, because I don't want to bother the staff by asking them to help me find it. And it's like, it's kind of illogical because that's their job, and it will make everything go much faster. And who knows, maybe the staff is bored. Maybe they want something to do. They can show me where something is. And I feel like energetically, you have a little bit of that, where if you just ask for help, it could be so much easier or faster or even like enjoyable. And it's like, nah, I'll just figure it out. I'll just figure it out. And I'm hearing that's kind of a stubbornness about you. And yet you will so readily help someone else. Like, if you were working at that store, if you were the staff, you would probably anticipate like, oh, that customer's looking for something. Do you need help? Let me find it for you. And be so eager to help them. But when you're the customer in the store, I'll spend 15 minutes looking for it. I don't want to bother them. You know, like, no, you have to keep the same energy, giving and receiving. And that's how you will truly thrive. And that's how you'll manifest more. Because manifestation is all about flow. And energy naturally wants to be given and received in an exchange like this. And if you stop that exchange, you stop the flow. Okay, so I think those are all the messages for my group number 3s. So if you're gonna go to another part of the reading now, I'll see you over there. If you're gonna leave the reading here, thank you so much for letting me read for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I will have all my links down below of social media and other places you can find me. I am sending you so much love. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.